pleasure of being here with?
My name is Natrice Spicer. I am the owner, lead director, and creator for A Life Legacy Productions. I'm here on behalf of A Life Legacy in conjunction with Fly I Am Creative House. Shout out to FIA Creative. And we're here to chat. Let's have a conversation.
All right, so the topic of our conversation.
Well, I would say at large, we are talking about Black families, Black people, Black love. Where where is the love? What's really going on? More specifically, Black men's mental health, I think, is an important place to start in that conversation. As we're talking about mental health and emotional wellness, and I think that we just vibing talking about us being human, things that I think a lot of people go through or have gone through or could relate to.
Let me ask you this: Black man's mental health and what has been like the digital social media age?
The trending topic is beef, and that's why I'm like, where is the love? We got to start somewhere, and I think it's important to really have this conversation in a way that is not about placing blame, but that really lends us an opportunity to listen and hear one another. I also think that, shoot, we don't talk. A sister gonna tell it. You don't ask me because I'm already ready to tell you what I think, how I feel, what's going on with me. But I do think that Black men don't talk as much. And I think that that's a great reason to center the conversation by starting with this aspect of, you all's perspective as brothers.
What's good with it, fellas? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for coming and having a conversation with Mac and Tree today. You feel me? Let me introduce myself. My name is Mac West. I come from Oakland, California, and I moved out here to ATL 5 years ago. And met Fred at SAE, Business Entertainment School. We graduated together, and we've been working ever since. We've been collaborating on multiple projects and film, videos, and now podcasting and interviews. And I'm greatly appreciative of having all you fellas here today. You feel me? So yeah, can we introduce ourselves, starting with you?
All right, my name is Sharon Cyrus. From Brooklyn, East New York. Got a background in film, so music, Fordham grad. Been a part of the Atlanta community since the early 90s, in and out, but I'm here now, so that's what's important. Salute to everyone.
Salute. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, peace, this is Freddie Rio, aka Meet Me in the City. Yeah, man, good to be here. Originally from here, I lived up north for a little bit. Yeah, that's it.
What's up?
Hey, blessings everybody. Luke Fong Lee, born and raised Brooklyn, New York. Had a little time out there in Long Island also, called Strong Island. Moved out here to Georgia. I'm gonna tell you, it's a blessing out here too, man. Georgia's got it going on. It's like the Black Mecca, I'm gonna say that. And been out here about 6 years from September. So I've been having a heck of a ride in life. I'm telling you, I'm just blessed every time I wake up in the morning. Somebody's not done with me, so it's a learning thing every day.
Most definitely. You know, since we seem like y'all two from Brooklyn, you from Atlanta, I'm from California. I know for me personally, coming to Georgia was also to get my mental health right too, and to escape what I knew in Cali. So did y'all have like similar experiences leaving New York, you feel me, and coming down here to the South?
If I may, so I was born here, so the first place I lived was Oakland City. And my mother is from New York, so I lived in New York. My father's from DC. They met here. So I lived in New York, I lived in DC, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And for me, this is like, Atlanta is like the nexus of all things Black and creative and progressive. This is also the home of civil rights. I think a lot of times we kind of forget that. This is the home of like Black entrepreneurship. We have places like Oscarville, which was like our own version, kind of like of like Tulsa, Oklahoma. But you know, we're in the military, but you know, unfortunately and ironically, it was bought by the military at the time, and then was later flooded. So we've had like pockets of like just great black neighborhoods and things of that nature. When you come here, you feel that inspiration, you feel that energy. There's jokes about being born at Grady. He can tell you, right? So I was born at Grady, and it was like, you know, you're considered like a crackhead or you're crazy or something like that. But think about all the great celebrities that were born here, all the black kings from like Andre 3000 to like Tip, and the list goes on. Even Kanye West was born at Grady Memorial Hospital.
Spike Lee, right?
I know Spike Lee went to school out here, went to Morehouse. So a lot of careers, black careers were born here. And then when you remember that, if you actually remember where you're at, it's empowering. And you cannot get this experience any other place in America, let alone the world. You can only get that here, right? So I do tell everybody, you know, there's different versions of Atlanta, but when you find your Atlanta, you find your power.
That's right.
Wow, that's crazy. Did you want to go first?
No, okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the question, the way that you said it, and when you had to deal with mental health, right? It's crazy because I never thought about it, but it just clicked on me because I got a little bit more age on me with the gray showing it, right? And I'm gonna tell you, man, I grew up as a baby in the crack era, the crack epidemic in New York City, and one of the first boroughs I got hit was Brooklyn, New York. And I'm gonna tell you this right here: when you live in it, and the news is not reporting it, you know that it start with you. You ever been at a spot that's like a crime scene, and you're like, you come on Channel 5 at 5 o'clock, it's not what it was. You didn't hear it. You didn't hear it the right way. We saw it in the streets for what it really was.
Right.
For years before Nancy Reagan stepped up and like, this is your brain on drugs, and all that kind of stuff with Ronald Reagan. We were seeing it in the streets way before it hit media. But what I'm saying is, to answer your question, to elaborate on it, was that I tried to escape it. I saw a lot of my cousins that went that route, and I didn't want that route. They held me back. They're like, no, son, this ain't for you. They knew it in my heart. I was a little bit more, how would I say this? I was a little more, it wasn't a smart thing. They just saw that I had something different than the streetism that they had, that they wanted to get into. It was in the blood. They wanted to get it. I didn't. And they know that they would just like hold me back all the time. But when it was getting too critical for me, my people are coming from another country. I'm Jamaican Chinese. And the thing is, as immigrants, when they come in here, 10, 15 years, So let's go stop at this nice little spot that they recommended to us in DC. All right, cool. Let's check the seafood. I'm in there. It was like a southern / seafood spot. So we're there. Nice. Look at the dexterity on this place. It's really nice. Open area. Funny enough, about 4 days we're leaving the DC area to go back home. So wife's like, yo, you hungry? The kids hungry? We're not too far. Let me go Google that spot that we came down the last time. Come on the way back, we're gonna go to food. Little did I know there's 2 different spots, 2 different locations, 1 and a 2. Here it is. I'm driving in the car. It's getting to turn nighttime. It just so happens they had a movie being filmed in that area, so they had access to turn off the lights underneath the L at that time. So it's a famous, cuisine, and they turned off the lights under the bridge, and we're getting closer and closer. I'm like, yo, something ain't right here. And when I travel, I carry my pieces. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I was like, the navigation's telling me this, and I'm seeing like 1/8 of a mile, 6. I'm like, yo, hold on, what's going on? And my kids are like, yo, why is dad like sweating? I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. You just sit back, button up, get in your seatbelts and everything. I don't know. And I'm freaking the fuck out. Because it's the place where I went to is where I'm thinking that I'm going back to. I didn't know there was a part 2. There was a second location for this place. And I'm freaking the fuck out. And my kids are looking at me like, yo, dad is really spazzing. And the closer we get, yo, everybody sit down, relax. And my daughter's like, calm down, Pops, calm down. Like, yo, I don't know, man, just check this area. I don't know what's going on, right? And I was hyper vigilantly reacting because nobody told me there was a second part of this place. My wife didn't know that the location she was going to was the other spot. So I'm looking at this, lights out under the bridge, and man, it was weird. It was weird because I knew my heart started pounding. My heart's pumping heavy. I'm ready to lock and load. My kid's in the back seat of the car. My wife is in the passenger seat. And I'm ready to just thrash whatever came to threaten my family. I didn't know what was going on. And that was PTSD 101 for my kids and my family. They knew that could rock out at any given time. Because it was an unfamiliar area from the first spot to the second location. And I was like, yo, I got some problems. Real talk.
I could just imagine. And then with the kids and everything, whew. I feel like I was in the car right now from you just saying that.
You got it, man. You protect her.
Most definitely.
My wife's a retired, at the time, at the time she was retired cop. You know what I'm saying? But still, you don't even think about that. You think like we running a show here.
Most definitely. But everything that that y'all gave us and everything like that, what is some advice that you would give to some young black men, dealing with mental health issues?
Have faith, believe in somebody.
Well, not following the narrative, like we was talking about programming, and
Wrapping it up.
we was talking about programming, like for instance, like the neighborhood that I came from, one of the things that they sort of instilled in us is like we talked about the being tough and not crying and stuff. Like they were going to prison or going to jail was seen to be like a part of the narrative. Gotta break that. Like kill a generation of gangsters and bring about a generation of great thinkers. And that's just switching up the narrative and changing that direction that we're going.
But that was hard because your uncle, your brother, your sister was in jail too. It was like more of a welcome party, like a homecoming or something.
Yeah, but we also had great inventors. We're in a city where you got Black history, and they created things that changed the nature of America. So if we can do it back then, we can do it before. So there's a whole new generation. These kids, they have the tools at their fingertips, and the world, as their jewels. So there's no excuse. We some of the most influential people in the globe. Everybody looks like to Black Americans, like for certain things. We provide something that nobody else provides because we got the experience living here in America. So we got to use that as a tool, and we got to make our contribution in a great way, not in a good way.
And it's funny you said tools, right? So I have my camera slung around my shoulder like a rifle. And this is my tool, right? This is my tool, not for destruction, but my tool to tell stories and build. So I would tell, any soldier or anybody, we had this conversation, right? So my release from PTSD is my passion. When I get behind this camera, we shot other things, but now I shoot this, right? So this camera is here to it's like my ministry. You know, it's here to tell our stories. It's here to like bring new art to the culture and stuff like that. So find something that you can use, a tool that'll help you build.
Yeah, my brother said it all, man. We said a lot in this piece. I hope it resonates with people. Because we've been there, and hopefully they don't have to be there. They can absorb what we're saying.
Definitely. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate this conversation.